Real show, here we go. Real show, here we go. You know that it's gotta be that time, so this is what we chant. What keeps on getting them all amped in advance? Come on. You and I rocking out with Iron Man, FE. You get the general's point of view on top of Roger's rants. We're never tapping out, we're putting the most minutes in. You already know what that's about, you know that winners win. Crush whatever's on task, check the podcast. It's the champ and the tramp, let the bomb blast.
Alright, good?
Yeah.
Good. Everybody, welcome back to Champ and a Tramp. Your Biggie's opening the door. All right, let's.
What's up, Biggie? You just completely blocked the camera angle.
You just busted.
Come on, Big, come on, out. All right, everybody, welcome back, Champ and a Tramp. Special guest tonight, my man Eddie Alvarez. Eddie is, for those who don't know, former UFC champ, former Bellator champ, former Bodog,
Yeah.
former Dream, or kind
No.
of part of it. No, okay,
kind of, sort of.
yeah,
Dream, reality fighting,
all
them regional promotions, and then got into the big ones.
yeah, and I've been training with Eddie since 2007, I think.
Bully Beatdown champ too.
Yeah, Bully beat. Yeah, so Eddie's been, instrumental in my career. Good friend, East Coast fella, like ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I don't know if I believe I told you the story. The first fight I ever went to, it was in Atlantic City. I graduated from college. I knew I wanted to fight. I remember going down to some fight in Atlantic City, and I was with Renee's brother, so my brother-in-law. Damian Hahn, you know Damian Hahn is wrestler, right? He came down with us, and Pellegrino fought, I think, that night.
Kurt was on a regional.
So I kind of knew Kurt a little bit through wrestling, and I know, I remember I was thinking I want to fight. I'm like, people from my area. There are people from my area on this card, and that's what I was thinking. And fucking Chris fought. I'm like, oh shit, Middletown, that's not too far, Then fucking, I think you fought in the main event, fucking blitzed the dude in the corner, and then did a backflip off the top rope.
Sold.
The crowd went fucking nuts. I'm like, I gotta fucking do this, bro. And I found a place, started training like a week later.
Yeah, it's addicting, man. Even the first fight was ring combat for Lou Neglia.
Yeah.
And even then, I think it was a snowstorm for my first fight, but Philadelphia still came with a cheese bus, a keg on the back.
No shit.
And we came strong like that every fight. And the more knockouts got, kind of the cheese buses, 2 cheese buses, 3 cheese buses, 4 cheese, and just put a keg on it and then head down to Atlantic City. That's kind of how.
So last episode we had the Island Podcast guys on, which are kind of from your area, and they're talking about the different neighborhoods in the area, and they're like, yo, Eddie is from if you come from where he is, you got street cred. Like he's from the hard streets of Philly.
Yeah. So
where is your area?
My area. Thank you.
Thank you.
The area I grew up in is called Kensington.
Okay.
And we're like sort of the outcast to the surrounding areas of Philadelphia. So like if you're from Kensington, there's a name for someone from Kensington. It's called Kenzo. And if you look it up in like the Urban Dictionary, it's like someone who's illiterate, lacks knowledge, lacks education, no teeth.
Well, basically, they said if you're from your area, you can fight. You can already fight in the streets.
It's where Rocky was filmed.
Yep.
And it was filmed there because almost every other corner when I was growing up, there was boxing gyms. Yep. So there was like boxing wars. So like if you were from a couple streets down, you probably boxed at Ramblers. And then if I was 4 blocks down, I boxed at Front Street. And if you would go to Ramblers to spar, it was on. And then if you went in the Front Street, it was on. And if you seen each other outside, sometimes it was on. Yeah. So like everybody boxed, and that was the universal sport. Yeah. It was like we played stickball and football just like any other neighborhood, but we also fought. So
when did you figure out that you wanted to fight and make a career of it and make money at it?
I don't know if I still do. is the truth, but a career of it, I thought my first couple fights, I thought the whole thing was like a dead end. Yeah. I was in the cage, in the ring, because it was ring of combat, and I remember my first fight just looking at the opponent. We're in a basketball gym. I paid $500 for the medicals, and I made $250 of that back in ticket sales. So I was in the hole about $250, and now I'm about to fist fight someone, and we have like 75 people in the gym. So I was kind of looking at it like, man, if this wasn't a dead end, I don't know what is.
Don't you think, though, the average fan probably does not see that side of it? They see, you know, the Conor McGregors, the glitz, the glam, the money, the guys that make they don't understand that, you know, a lot of you paid these dues, you know, early on, and we're literally fighting in gymnasiums and shit, like you said, and making no money. They don't probably, you know, really grasp the effort that you got to put in to make it to, you know, a level of like UFC.
Oh no, me, Frank, all of us. Like it'd be like being a comedian or being an actor and doing little shit shows in the middle, in front of no one. That's how it begins with fighting. You just take whatever fight you can on the biggest stage you can, and it's usually not a big stage at all. It's like
not in the beginning.
It's like a regional.
Yours was in New York, right? In the Bronx?
My first fight was in like a smoker show, New York Underground.
Oh yeah, Frank did a show with headbutts.
I headbutt the dude.
So like,
you really did, for real?
Oh
no shit.
But that was my go-to. Like when growing up, I fucking headbutt everybody. Bang, headbutt the dude.
Where are you headbutting them in the groin? You're 4 feet tall.
What the fuck are you talking about? We're on top of them, bro.
All right.
4 feet tall. Hey, we're all the same size. We're on our back, pal. All right.
Yeah, so that's kind of how it begins. It's when they see Frank or in the UFC or me in one or Bellator, wherever I'm at. They see
my point is, it looks really glamorous. Like everybody wants to be a fighter when they see, you know, you coming out and people are cheering your name and big money. But
people see that. That's
not how it starts. It's got some ugly. It's got some ugly.
How many fights you win where you fucking broke something in the process? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, I don't look at like people go, you want your kids to fight, you want and my answer is always no, and they'll go, what advice could you give a young up and come fighter? I'm like, stay in school. Like I don't have a good experience of fighting, and I feel like I fought and I did well because my options beside that were I had bad options.
That's what he says. He didn't want to be a plumber.
Yeah, you don't want to be a plumber. You don't want to work for the man. And I didn't have college. I didn't have nothing. So it was like, you're gonna do this and you're gonna win, or your life's gonna be shit. So it was easily for me to be motivated to fight and take this on as like a lifestyle, because there wasn't many other options. So like I tell people, create other options and don't fight. I don't recommend this to my worst enemy. It's a very difficult life, a very tough life, and if you can put your time and effort, the same amount that me and Frank put into this, into something else, you can probably do really, really well at whatever you're doing.
Yeah. Put the same energy into it.
You don't have to risk your head. You know?
Was there any defining moments early on, like a loss or something? I know, kind of scrolled through your record today. You didn't have many losses in the beginning. You were on quite a win streak. But was there any defined broken bone, anything like that happened where you were like, shit, maybe this isn't for me? You know what I mean?
My first loss was in Russia, and I had difficulty taking my first loss, like really difficult time, because I was 19, 20? I was probably 23, and I told everyone I was with, like, nobody could beat me in a fight. That's how I started my career. I sincerely, in my mind, didn't think anybody could beat me in a fight. Like we could argue.
Are we talking weight classes or anybody? You just thought anybody didn't matter. Yeah.
In my mind, at 19, 20, 21, nobody could fuck with me. Like,
and did that pedigree come from fighting dudes in the street, like you said, boxing gyms and scrapping with? Because this guy's a boardwalk brawler over here. This guy's fought on the Jersey boardwalks, is legendary for fighting and kind of guys testing their bravado. And Frankie definitely is no stranger to his best stories when he talks about his fight stories. They always go back to the street fight days. They're not so much about, we're all interested in.
They're the funner ones.
They're the most fun, right? Yeah. That's the shit we do.
Because usually you're in it with your boys. Your boys are part of it. And it's like
drunk half the time. It's fucking a blast.
It's unplanned. It's instinctual.
Right.
There's that. Am I gonna get caught? Fucking aspect to it.
Yeah. It's true. It is true.
So that's sort of how it went.
You got anything coming up with one right now?
One is so right now Americans can't fly over to Singapore. Singapore is their mainstay. So like we can't go there. We can't go to Thailand. So they're trying to figure out like different areas where we're able to fight.
Yeah.
And for right now, me and DJ, like the Americans are kind of, we're on ice. I've been on ice for almost a year.
How do you feel about Dana and the UFC and being so, versatile and coming up with making a plan so the UFC could fight? I mean, they really seems like they put a lot of effort in that to get over to Fight Island, and that's.
Yeah,
you think one fight championship can make something like that happen?
He's well connected. One, I think, wants to be in Asia. I don't think they don't. That's not their plan right now to come to the United States. So like, I think they're pretty much want to be in Asia. I think US
Fight Island.
Well,
Abu
do you
Dhabi.
think, not even Abu Dhabi, but do you think they could do something like that where that's what you were asking, I believe.
Yeah.
Where maybe in Asia or anywhere, where they could put fights on and somehow get you guys on.
What I'm told is that the restrictions for me and DJ are so crazy that they putting
they
us
don't want
over
you
there.
dirty Americans.
Yeah, we're gonna go
breathing
over
their
there.
air.
We have to sit.
Yeah.
We have to sit for like 2 weeks in quarantine. He said the restrictions are so wild right now.
So what is your training like right now?
I'm just doing like one a days. I do a lot of fitness, lifting, and boxing.
You like fitness?
How about fitness in your mouth?
Yeah,
Jesus.
He got me with that. He got me with that joke.
What, 92? With that joke?
That's so X-rated.
He's got a dirty little mouth on him. He really does.
But yeah, we're not able to do anything there. So I'm doing that and some boxing. I messed my screw my knee up. I was helping this new kid, Sean Brady.
Yeah,
from
we were
Philly.
talking about him. Yeah.
Really tough kid, man.
Yeah.
Freaking unbelievable. And helping him get ready for his fight down in Philly a little bit, because it's a little bit closer. Jersey's so far from me.
Right.
So like I was doing that and kind of tweaked my knee a little bit during that. So I laid back a little bit because I don't have a fight.
Yeah.
And I just did some boxing, did some more like weightlifting stuff like that.
This guy's headed over to Colombia, get some stem cell over there. Shit they don't do here. So,
I heard he's brave.
Yeah.
Frank's brave.
Not
man.
into it?
yeah.
No, into it. I'm just I just don't know enough to.
Sunday,
feel-
right? You leave Sunday? Yeah.
Sunday, yeah. I've had stem cells done before, and they worked pretty good for me. So
Yeah.
I think what they do here is a little more in depth.
See what happens with this guy. Maybe that might be something you can do in the future.
Yeah, I'm always open.
Yeah.
I just and Frank's he's an explorer.
Yeah.
He's an adventurer.
Yeah.
Like I'm not. I don't adventure the way he does. I'm like a little nervous about some stuff.
I know. I'm hoping. I'm like, I know stem cells are. I actually have had 3 different times I had some stem cells. My shoulder, my groin, and my bicep. And I don't think the groin or my bicep really took too well. But the one on my shoulder, I definitely noticed improvement. And I'm just hoping we don't know long-term stem cells. I hope it turns into like a fucking superhero.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I end up like fucking super strong,
Right.
or I don't age or anything. That'd be fucking great.
Yeah, it would be.
Right?
And
Or
the other way.
I grow another fucking fucking
Third
arm.
testicle or something. Yeah.
You're like, I had a bum knee, but I got a third knee.
Yeah, I got a bum knee, but I grew another one, so I'm good to go.
So yeah, you're gonna go out there with a couple guys and get that done.
Yeah, my wife's gonna come. She's gonna get a little treatment too.
Oh damn.
I think I know the answer to this, but what made you? I think it's a pretty simple answer. What made you move over to one?
Oh, I got it. I got the deal of a lifetime. Yeah. Like I'd be hard pressed to say I got the largest free agent deal in the maybe like the sport.
Good for you,
history of sport. Like I told Frank about it. Went over with my teammates. Went over with my coaches. Told them like, man, this is what's going down right now. And spoke with Dana. I was really honest with Dana and told him, look, you guys aren't doing it. Mm-hmm. And he agreed with everything I said. We didn't fight. I respect him. We still we respect each other, but they just
obviously you got a family to feed. You have what, three boys and a daughter?
I have 3 boys and a baby girl.
Yeah. So you got a big family to feed. You got to take care of. So I don't think anybody could do anything but respect your for that decision to to go do what you got to do for your family.
Yeah.
The downside, I would think, the biggest downside has got to be the traveling. No.
The biggest downside, well, besides the traveling, like, and initially, me and James, when we left Japan, I fought in Japan in 2008 a bunch. Yeah. When we left there, my wife was like, we're done with Asia. Let's go to America. Let's stay in America. So when one came to the table as a free agent, she was like, "Oh hell no! They ain't gonna pay us enough, or they're not." But it is the only promotion, and I have an opportunity to make history in the sport, and I've been in the sport a ton, and to be honest, it's difficult to make more goals. And Frank would understand. It's like Frank was the champion. Like after a while, you're like, man, what else can I do?
Right.
Because I want to get excited about this new goal, this new thing to attack. So for me, it was for sure. They took care of me and my family, and then I have a chance of winning every belt in every major organization that's been around, and if I can do that, I'll risk my head.
Cement your legacy, absolutely, man. Nobody can fault you for that. Yeah, you got to keep pushing for sure.
And Asia, I enjoyed Asia. Yeah. Like back in 2008, I have a lot of fans there. It's fun fighting in front of them. Yeah. They really enjoy it. They know about the sport. So.
I fought in Asia 3 times. I fought Japan, Philippines, and then South Korea. So
you ever feel like more of a superhero in
your
life than when you're in Asia?
Bro, the Philippines especially, man. Like when I went to Japan, it was a little bit it was after I went in 2012. So I was kind of like
a little
deader at that time, But the Philippines, dude, I was like, it was crazy.
Well, in the Pride days, they say the fans over there were the most die-hard fans ever. You know what I mean?
Madness.
St. Thomas Super Arena. I mean, you look up, and they're specks up there.
What's crazy is they're quiet, right? In Japan,
it's like.
But when we had the UFC there, they weren't that quiet. They were much more quiet than the American crowd. But the UFC plays music and this and that. They started fucking cheering.
Really?
And shit. Yeah.
So they were becoming more Americanized. I'll go there in 2006. By the time I left in 2000, they were more Americanized.
Did you see that
by the time you got there, they were probably full on American.
Yeah.
For real.
Did you see that video recently of the big concert in Wuhan? They looked like they were pretty lit over there during
concert, or you mean the pool party?
Was it a pool?
No, like they're all on the rafts.
No. That's where the Shamu whale raft thing.
No. It was like a fucking.
No, this was definitely a concert. It's a behind view of a girl singing on a stage, and there's just a sea of people, and they say, "Listen, I don't know."
I think they were in pools though, in rafts.
Really?
Right? You talking
that famous video?
That picture? In Wuhan?
Like this, the caption said, "This is Wuhan today."
Yeah, I know.
You're being lied to, or something like that.
That was,
and they were all partying. Right?
I mean, for all I know, it could have been Switzerland. I don't know, but it definitely looked like they were raging over there.
There's that many Asians in Switzerland, bro.
It's different because like when you're fighting there, you see how like today it's like when you hear the fights on the cast and no one's there, you can hear the train. That's how it was in Japan in 2006, 2008.
You hear the coaches really well. You hear the kicks, the smacks.
When you punch,
you hear it.
You can hear that, and then the crowd will go, hell
yeah,
and then goes out.
And like you escape a submission, they're like, they're very knowledgeable.
Yeah, but your latest fight had to be similar, right? It was so quiet. You said you could hear, you could hear the other corner.
There was kind of a dogfight, But I don't think I ever hear anybody except my coaches. Now that I think about it, I mean, I heard Ricardo, I heard Mark. I heard Mark telling these guys, shut up. I heard that a fucking bunch of times. You know what I mean?
I hear Jamie. Jamie's the last.
Bro, you got to ride or die over there from what I hear. I hear Jamie gets crazy in the crowd. The Conor McGregor fight, I heard she was swinging on people. Is that true?
She told Dana.
Yeah.
She told Dana, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And Dana, I was nervous because I'm like,
but she's a ride or die, bro. That's a good girl, yeah.
I'm like, babe, that's my boss. I was trying to we didn't get our check yet. You know,
he gets it.
But Dana totally gets it.
Yep.
Like she said, I forget what she said. What she said to him was he came in the back. She got taken out by the cops or whatever, and then put in the back. And when he came in the back, she was in there, and Jane was still fired up. She was mad. All she wanted to do was get in the ring.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
She just wanted to get in the ring to make sure I was all right. And he had all his family in the ring, so she was fucking pissed.
Yeah.
And she's like that. She'll jump up and
Philly girl too, obviously.
oh yeah. And
You guys have been together how long? I know you've been forever.
I met Jane when I was 15.
Wow, bro.
Yep.
So she's been along for the ride since the beginning.
The whole time.
Good deal.
And we've been in fights where she'd jump in and you know, so like when Dana stopped her from going in, she said, "You're letting me in that fucking ring," like that. And Dana says, all she said to me, she had this crazy look in her eye. So you let me in that fucking ring, and I called Dana and I apologized. He goes, "Hey, I got a wife. She's Italian. I get it. I totally get it." And that was kind of squashed, but she'll go at it with the best of them.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome, man. I wish I got to see you run that back with him, man. I was so like, I told everybody Eddie's gonna smoke this guy, man. That had to be a tough one for you for sure.
We got in a van on the way back from New York. We all got in a van. I guess me, James, and a couple of everybody. Everybody had to head back to Philly. I cried for an hour and a half.
Bro.
Like it gutted me just because. And Frank knows, like, you know what you can compete at. I'm very honest with myself at the level I can compete at and what I can't.
Yep.
And then when something like that goes on, and then you can't really put together, you just can't put the pieces together of what the fuck that was.
Yeah.
After all the training you did, after all the studying you did and everything, it's just like, after like a couple months, I was just like, the understanding I came to was like, you're in a game of fist fighting. You fist fight, and shit is highly uncertain, really unpredictable, and sometimes that happens. They're super hard to swallow, and I would like to say, oh, just get up, move on. Nah, that shit's gonna sting forever.
I've seen this guy wear losses, and a couple times. Not, he's got a pretty impeccable record, but I was at the Aldo fight, and I was in the back when you came in the back, man. And you're not a very emotional guy, bro. This guy's got like a black heart. I don't see this guy get emotional. And it was you guys. If you're at that pedigree and that level, you can see that it means everything to you. You know what I mean? So yeah, he was pretty sure.
I never go into a fight. Fight night, I think I'm gonna win.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So when you lose, it's fucking devastating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 'Cause I did not plan to lose. You know what I mean? I think that's why I think it hurts so much. I think if you go in there like, maybe I can get it done, it won't hurt as bad. But if you're doing that, you do that to kind of cushion your ego. You got to be like, I'm fucking all in, and then it's gonna hurt afterwards. But if you don't go all in, it's not the right way to do it.
Yeah, and any other thought is silly. You can't. You should walk the other way.
Don't do that. Yeah.
Right.
The thought should always. You should have always spent the training camp molding your mind and convincing yourself that nobody can fuck with you, and you're the best in the world. Right. And you're right. That's why it's so devastating, because it's like, you were wrong. You were wrong tonight. Yeah. You know what I mean? How about that? Yeah. Eat that.
I think two of the fights you're probably most well known for is Mike Chandler. You guys had two epic battles. He won the first and you won the second, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I could watch those on a loop all day long, man. Those are just amazing classics. Chandler's coming over to UFC, right?
Yeah. He coming to UFC, and
he's gonna be the backup, right, for Khabib and Justin. Right?
They did the same thing they did. I was gonna be when I came to UFC. I think I was gonna be a backup for Ben Henderson or something like that. Same thing. He got the same thing, and he got paid a lot.
Did he?
And I keep telling everyone I know, hey, free agency, the power of free agency, and I'll say it again and again, because what he got paid, if a lot of lightweights and I'm not gonna say a number, but they'll be pissed off.
Good for him, man. You can't hate on that. You know what I mean? You play it right sometimes.
But there's a system. And, if you follow it, you know.
I heard Pitbull was all pissed off. I saw he was tweeting and stuff that he beat him, and he should be over here, not Chandler, but
Pitbull. But he beat one of them, right?
The 145, the Lil Pitbull brother KO'd him.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he knocked him out, and they were asking me when he was a free agent, like, oh, do you want the trilogy? I'm like, oh, he's not a champion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm in one championship. I want the champion.
Yeah.
It's a little odd for me that he got paid so much because he didn't come over as a champion.
Right.
He actually isn't even the champion of that promotion.
Sometimes I think it's just like they don't want Bellator. They want to, you know what I mean? Sometimes I feel like it's like the brass going against the brass. It has nothing to do with the accusation itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're just trying to
outdo each other.
You're right. Yeah, they'll pay
Sometimes.
Yeah, they're willing to pay for that.
Yeah.
There's like
a dick swinging contest, too, in a sense, you know?
Yeah.
I met him at an MTV event. Chandler, he's a nice guy. I don't know if you remember this or not. Do you remember meeting me way back? I mean, you wouldn't because I'm a nobody. But
I do.
Your bachelor party, you
Yep.
came to Seaside. I was bouncing. At the time, I was training with him a little bit. I have no pedigree. I didn't come from a school that even did wrestling. But, you know, I was friends with Frankie. We were training in the barn a little bit. And one of the other bouncers says, yo, there's a fighter in here from Philly. I'm like, who? And they're like, I don't know his name, but he's in here. So I'm looking around. I'm like, who the fuck is in here? I didn't see you. It was packed.
Yep.
And finally, somebody got your name, and they're like, Eddie Alvarez is in there. I was like, I know who Eddie is.
Yeah,
You were at Bellator at the time, I think, right?
I didn't put it together until Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
And then and I forget what it all came together. I'm like, oh, he was bouncing.
You were in there with a bunch of your
boys.
boys. We chilled and talked for a minute. I mean, I was working, so I couldn't really hang out, but you were mad cool. Your boys were mad cool, and you know.
Hemingway's?
Hemingway's, yeah.
Is that where? Yeah, I don't know the names.
Yeah.
We have fun though.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
We had all the time.
Seaside's beat now. Well, no.
It's not like it was, bro. I don't think it'll ever be. I mean, it can't be. Bamboo sold, Karma sold.
Yeah,
it's never going to be like it was, ever.
Yeah.
When you came was kind of the heyday-ish. Well, I guess Jersey Shore would have been the heyday of it because everybody came here because people were filming. You came just before that.
Before that,
it was still crazy before that.
MTV Beach House, remember? That's what was fucking Seaside was. I remember being young, like you couldn't even go back and forth on the strip because you get a ticket.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Now it's totally different.
That was a Wildwood when I was younger. We did Wildwood.
Well, I was a little more family.
We used to do Wildwood. We used to do Wildwood for prom. We didn't want to go to Seaside all the time.
Right.
We go to Wildwood for
I think
prom.
kids still do it. Everybody still from this area goes to Wildwood for prom.
But Wildwood was just that's fights.
Yeah.
All the time. Fights. The punching machine. You would start. Me and like 5 friends would be at the punch machine putting quarters in, you know, boom, boom. Another crew come up, punch it, and be like, oh, I punch at 850. Oh, well, I punch 820. Well, I punch in your mouth 850. and then you're fighting on the board. My buddy John, God rest in peace. My buddy John was wild, and he was always fighting, street fighting. And we were on the boardwalk, and that went on. We were at the punching machine, same thing. And a kid.
It's the perfect spot for it. It's a bunch of guys letting out their testosterone. Like, who's, you know what I mean?
And some kid ran at him and went, boom, right over the boardwalk. He went flip 2-3 times and then smack. I never forget. It was like it was smack right on the concrete and was out cold. Damn. And we ran down. The kid who threw him over started running straight down to the street like as fast as he could. And we were trying to get John up, but he got up and he went, "Whoa, that was fun."
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, that was a kind of wild.
See, I don't know. I always thought everybody. I don't go to Wildwood a lot. I've taken my kids down there a few times, but everybody always told me Wildwood's more family orientated. But it sounds like it's similar.
Wildwood's like Seaside, but bigger.
Yeah. Well, they have the huge beaches. Huge beaches.
Some more people. Yeah. I feel like Seaside gets like North Jersey, some Philly,
right?
But then Wildwood gets a lot of Philly.
Wildwood gets a lot of Philly. Yeah. I'm not. Me and James, we're South Florida now, like all day. Yeah. I'm like, we get on the plane. It from our house to drive to Wildwood was like 2.5 hours.
Right.
If we get on a plane, we could be in South Florida in 2.5 hours.
Have you done that during this COVID stuff?
A ton, yeah.
Have you really?
Yeah, we did.
They've been living in Disney, bro.
We've been Disney.
Really?
We did South Florida.
Is it better because the crowds are less, or is it a pain in the ass because you got to wear masks everywhere and you got little kids that don't get it?
We hit Disney. It was like I bought the park out.
Really?
We walked in there, and it was like.
So is it better?
Way better.
You should say it's worse so nobody goes and you can. It's fucking horrible.
No, it already picked up. It already picked up.
Really?
So like, if you go there now, it's gonna be like. If you go there now, it's gonna be like. It's gonna be hard to get in. A lot of wait times, stuff like that. But when we went, no wait times. We were getting ready and everything.
Great.
That's awesome.
Great.
We spent 2 weeks there, man.
Wow.
We hung out.
Now you stay on Disney resorts.
Do everything with the monorail system.
You're at the animal
Yeah,
Kingdom?
we this time we're in Animal Kingdom, but we're annual pass holders, so like we try different places. We love the Polynesian, Key West, but we stayed at the Safari.
That was pretty dope though. The rooms, the giraffe almost come through your window.
Yeah, they're
right there.
They're right out there.
Sick.
You wake up, the giraffes, the zebras are eating.
That's awesome.
And then we stayed in a campground for a week. Campground.
Oh, did you really?
Kids love that.
Like in the tent?
No,
Glamping.
no, yeah. I did a deal with a company, Primetime Manufacturing, and they we got a fifth wheel.
That's the Amish company. Right?
The Amish make them out in Indiana, and they shipped one of their fifth wheels down to Disney at the campground, and me, Jamie, and the kids stayed in it.
Yeah.
It was like.
Did you drive it back?
No, they shipped it back to Indiana when we were done. They shipped it there, and I shipped it.
This guy went to Pennsylvania last weekend to go whitewater rafting. 39 degrees. Took the whole family.
Yeah.
Oh.
He texted me. It's like 39 degrees. I'm like, bro, you're crazy.
But it wasn't bad. As soon as the sun came out, I had long pants on, long sleeve. It was good.
Yeah.
My daughter wasn't complaining. It was us five in a raft.
I'm thinking when you said that, I'm like, Jesus Christ, how are these kids? How's V, who's my daughter's age, going to go through like class 4s and class 5s? But
no,
you said it was
like class 1 or 2. Yeah. Pretty much probably 1. We were floating more than anything,
We did that. We definitely did the whitewater rafting once.
Yeah, I did it back when I lived in Maine. It was cool.
The Poconos is kind of like a sleeping, like it's really nice there. There's a lot of stuff to do there, and I always, whenever I go there, I go, why don't we come here a lot?
I should buy something there. I was thinking maybe. That's what I was thinking about.
It's cheap. It's cheap.
Yeah, I'll use it when you're not using it.
Yeah, there you go.
You go buy something, bud. With that fight bonus money.
I won't allow that. It's not in the budget.
It's not in our deal.
Is that an inside joke?
It's an inside joke.
You fucking dick.
Yeah. Nah, we pulled up to the town. We're looking for a restaurant, and there's a fucking bear walking across the street.
And it was a sizable one, too.
It was fucking big.
Yeah. It's a black bear, so they're nowhere near as big as like brown bears, but still.
You could easily mistake it for a fucking grizzly bear. It was fucking so big. I'm like, holy fuck. I think he's crossing the street. People are outside. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Bear. So
Pennsylvania
black bear is the one that if you make a loud noise, it'll run.
Yes,
right?
yep.
Grizzly's the one that'll rip you.
Yeah, you're fucking. You're grizzly. You're beat. You're beat with a grizzly.
They call them black ghosts in Maine, where I'm from, because you almost never see them.
Well, they say New Jersey has the most black bears
North
per
Jersey,
capita
yep.
than any other state.
Yeah.
Most black.
Yeah.
Where are the grizzly ones at?
Alaska, Canada, yeah.
Not Maine?
No grizzlies in Maine, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You ever seen a documentary?
Probably
the Grizzly Man?
Bro, Timothy Treadwell. I watched that beginning to end probably 3 times because it was so interesting. He was so out there.
Someone, what Rogan says, it's the funniest unintentional funny movie ever.
Yeah.
He's on drugs. I mean, the whole time he's on.
He seems to be. I thought he was gay through the whole thing,
Definitely.
and then.
Bro,
and
what do you think?
Well,
what are you talking about?
But he's with I think he was just asexual. I don't think he was either one. But anyway, he was so in love with these bears. He'd do anything, and the guy gets eaten by one in the end. How crazy is that? Not captured on video, but the audio was captured. And his girlfriend. He got his girlfriend eaten too. It was so crazy.
Well, he got his girlfriend eaten.
Yeah. She came out there to visit with him. You got to fly in with pontoon planes.
Alaska?
Yeah, he was there for like 12 years or something crazy. And he could get so close to these things, but he got too comfortable. And people kept saying he was doing it illegally. You weren't supposed to do it. But he would hide, and he would literally just stay in a little tent, and he did it for years and years and years, over a decade. And then he got to be, friendly with a girl, and I guess they started dating, and he said fly out here, and flew her out, and spent some time with him out there. And they were walking back out to go down to the lake with a pontoon, and they came across an older bear that was, had like decaying teeth. It was like me, Frankie, and it was just hungry, and saw an easy meal. Because bears don't typically eat humans because we're not very tasty. We're all bony or whatever. Same thing as sharks. But it made a meal out of Timothy Treadwell and his girlfriend. Why? And it's caught on audio. It's pretty.
You know what's fucked up too? Bears and dogs, they'll fucking, or a canine at least, they'll eat you alive.
Like a wild one.
They don't kill you. They'll eat you while you're alive.
Right.
Like a cat, like a tiger or a lion, they're gonna kill you first, then eat you.
Oh yeah, the scalp.
You got killed by a fucking dog or by a bear, bro. Literally, they just hold you down and start fucking eating you.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think there's an audio of him.
There
yeah.
It's audio.
Yep. But that's epic. I'm gonna go live real quick.
Let's
Hold
do
on.
it.
Let's do it.
Am I live? Hold on. Am I doing it, Frank? Where I push it? Oh, here we go. We're checking the connection. I told people they can call in.
He's probably got to connect to the extended Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you're on, right? You're on. You live?
We're telling you, your followers, that you started a live video. There we go. Oh yeah, they're all there. Look, guys.
What's up?
With the underground king himself.
What's up?
Yes,
Yo, so I
sir.
told you guys another day, a day or two ago, to call in. A couple good lucky people are gonna be able to call in today. So call the number. Whoa, I'm attached. Sorry.
You good?
All right, good. Call the number I gave.
Eddie's first loss in a while to a mic.
And give a call. Ask any question you want. I can't get all you guys, but I'll get a couple of you. Is okay?
Let's go. Get the
sweet.
Get the call. Get the calls going.
Get the calls going. Hold on.
Coffee talk with Eddie Alvarez.
That'd be awesome.
He's a coffee.
Coffee talk.
I'm gonna car.
Get the coffee out.
This guy's from Maine.
Spent half my life there, half my life here. So, yeah.
Maine?
Yep.
Yeah, I grew up in Maine, a little tiny town in Maine. I moved here when I was 22. I'm 45 now, so about half of my life up there, half of my life down here. I didn't look anything like this. I'm a total Guido now, tattooed up, spiky hair, did the Jersey Shore thing. But when I
That's where we.
who the fuck is FaceTime in Maine?
That's the call. That's the call.
Oh,
Answer.
why my number?
I didn't want to get Frank's.
Oh,
Hold on. Go ahead. Call. Yeah.
is this a joke? Yo, what's up?
Hey, call.
Yo.
Oh, sweet.
Yo, Roger, it's Andrew from Boston.
What's
I
up,
got
brother?
one question for Frankie.
Yo,
What's up, man?
Sweet.
Frankie, at what age did you start wrestling at?
I started at 13 years old.
At
13. Yep.
what else did you start at age 13?
Do you wrestle?
I know.
Do you wrestle,
You
man?
wrestle? You wrestle?
Yeah, I wrestled.
Oh,
Nice. Awesome, man.
That's awesome. Good luck with everything, buddy.
Yeah, let's go. Keep grinding, kid.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling
See you,
in.
bud. Thanks for calling, man.
No problem.
Text this number anytime you
Yeah, I'm
want.
like, why is my number famous?
Nah, they should.
Oh,
They should.
dude.
That's awesome.
That kid is gonna give all his friends my phone number.
Nah, that'll be good, dude. They don't know. They don't know.
Threaten him, Frankie. Threaten him.
Just tell him. I'll
Probably
tell
go
him.
to jail for that now. That kid was like 13. You.
I think a kid wants to probably take you down. I could come bring it. Come and take it on.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Wait, you're not
Bye.
actually. Wait, I got another. You're not actually putting my number on your thing, are you?
Nah, I put it on the other day.
You-
Go. Who's that?
Jesus Christ, Eddie, you're fucking mental.
Yo. Yo, you're live. You're live.
Yo, what up?
Yo, what's going on? How you doing?
Good, brother. How are you?
Yo, what's up, bro?
This is my work
Oh,
phone.
shit. Nice.
The
Yo.
loaner phone. This is a Boost Mobile.
Sweet.
Oh, shit.
You got a question?
What up?
You got a question, brother?
Got a
Yo, we
question?
get a question for Ed.
Yo.
Hey, yo, man, when you gonna start fighting again, man? When's your next fight?
Well, one championship won't let Americans fly right now. So we're probably going to be like the first quarter of next year. If we're lucky, it's going to be in December. If we're lucky, it's December. Thank you for watching, though. You got anything?
Absolutely, man. Yo, I think this is real fun.
Huh?
No, it's not, bro. It's definitely not.
Nah. It's not. It's
Boost Mobile, bro, all day. Boost Mobile sponsors us. They gave us all a free phone.
No way. No.
Hey, text us anytime. Text us anytime you want.
Fuck up.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Sweet.
Eddie,
Sweet.
my fucking phone is gonna be going ape shit all night. My girl's gonna kill me.
No. You'll be good. You'll be good.
I can't really get mad at you because I can't beat you up. So
No.
Wait. We got another.
Oh, wait.
why is it that?
Get it. Who's that?
Oh, this is just a phone. Yo,
Go speaker.
Oh, they hung up.
Probably thought it was fake. I didn't believe it was a real Roger.
Yeah. So I'm confused. What did you actually do? The other day you put up.
You guys text me.
Yeah.
So I just
Matt-
put the number that you guys text me.
Holy shit.
Is it FaceTime?
This is just a phone call.
Is it a phone call?
Yeah.
Speaker. Put it on the phone. Put it.
Boost Mobile.
Yo,
You.
is this the show?
This
That's
is
the show,
Champ of
bro.
the Tramp.
You're on, brother.
You're on with the boys in Boost Mobile.
You're on with Roger's personal cell.
I'm calling. I had a quick question for Roger.
Shoot.
Perfect.
I was wondering how much you bet.
How much that is? Jeez, that question drives me nuts. There's got to be a joke, right?
No,
Is that a serious question?
Yeah, dude, he sounded pretty serious to me, man.
All right. How much? What's my max bench ever of all time?
Max.
It's pretty sad for being a big guy,
I
but
actually would
the
like to know that.
What
three-
do you work? I want to know what. Not your max. What do you work out with?
385 is the most I ever pressed, which isn't a lot for a guy my size, to be honest with you. But I'm more proud of my own body weight in a competition. I did my own body weight at the time. I weighed 245, and I did it 18 or 19. I think 18 or 19.
Okay, that's not
So I'm happier with that than I am 385.
Damn.
I can't imagine the protein intake. How much do you protein intake you take?
Did Eddie put you up to call me?
Sorry.
How much protein do I take?
How much protein do you take?
Maybe 300 grams a day, something like that.
And add 50 grams on the weekends.
Hey guys, I gotta go. I'll talk to you later.
All right, brother.
Thanks,
Yeah.
buddy.
Appreciate the call.
That dude.
Wow.
He asked how much protein you take.
Fuck
Ask
outta
the
here.
two craziest questions you asked. Any gym, how much do you bench? Which is like the most annoying question ever.
Yo, that dude seemed serious about it. He seemed like a psychopath, to be honest.
That dude's
with
sending you dick pics
Yeah,
later.
yeah. Jeez.
you. Oh, cool. I think that was it. I just told him a couple people.
Okay, cool.
He put it on his Facebook.
Yeah. You got me nervous. I'm not lying.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know we were getting calls, and I'm like, holy shit,
No,
why is my phone
I
ringing?
told him it was just the the podcast.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
They don't know.
Why didn't you give him Frankie's number?
Oh shit! There goes another one. Yeah. Here's another one.
No, I told him just a couple people, so you can just
No, he hung up.
just put that on silent, dude.
Are these like your friends talking to me? Did you put your friends up to that?
No.
All right.
Fucking my friends wouldn't ask fucking how much you bench.
That's why I figure it's your friends, like asking like corny questions. Like, no. All right.
Fucking that's nuts.
How much do you bench, Frankie? What's your max bench ever?
Want to know seriously?
Yeah.
It's like
385.
285.
285? Yeah, that's good.
Oh yeah. I'm only 150, bro.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Mine.
For a big guy, I
You
should be
probably
able to
you
bench more.
You could bench a lot.
Yeah. What do you bench?
385 was my. I put 405 on there a couple times, but I didn't get it clean. I got it with help, so it doesn't count. You know.
I got 386.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
No.
Wait. There was a guy on Bully Beatdown. It was like a little. He was like a little power lifter dude that kept bragging about benching 315. Is that the guy you fought?
Yeah.
That's the guy you fought, right?
Mike, yeah. Mike from New York.
He kept saying, I benched 315. I benched 315. He must have said it like 5 times, and I think you just schooled him, right?
Yeah.
How was that show?
Before fighting, I used to do bench competitions.
Did you really?
Yeah. And I had to stop all that when I started fighting because I felt like I was getting whatever. But I used it. There's a local place, Nirvana, called Nirvana gym, and I used to do them. And then guys would come up from the penitentiary and stuff and just smoke everywhere.
Yeah, boy.
But at that, I went on a straight carb diet.
Carbs only?
No, straight protein and vegetables at like 19 years old, 18, 19, and I got shredded.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but that's not gonna help your bench.
No, I was 18, 19, I wanted to be like shredded.
Yeah.
So I had meat and vegetables.
I mean, it's good now, shit.
And I cut out all carbs. Like, I'm not joking. For 4 months I need a carb. I didn't eat carbs. I thought they were the devil, and I got so ridiculous. Everybody I knew thought I was on steroids. I was getting so ripped that the more I did the diet, I was just like, I'm not touching a carb. And I went from benching. I was able to bench like 320 pounds.
Wow.
But
that was my max.
You need carbs to bench. How is that? That's like the opposite.
If I had a little bit of something that was a carb,
Yeah.
Like even
That's where you get your energy from.
Even the smallest bit, I would run on a treadmill for like ever. Like in my mind, because I
You're a freak.
I got a little heavier at 18.
Yeah.
I got a little heavier, and I was coming out of high school wrestling when I was like fit, and I'm like, why am I heavy? Why do I look like this? And I'm like, I heard about the Atkins diet. I went on it like crazy strict, and I got so strong and so like fit.
Wow.
And I was able to bench like stupid.
It's usually the opposite. It's typically, it's when you just are taking protein intake, especially if you're working out a lot, your strength goes down. I mean, you probably do cardio for forever, but you're not typically strong. But you're just a freak anyway. So
yeah, I did. It was 165, and I won.
There's weight classes.
I won 2 years in a row. Yeah, I won my weight class 2 years in a row for like 350. 1 year I won, and it was under 300 pounds, and then. Second year I won at I did 315.
Wow.
But then the overall was always won by the guys from the penitentiary.
Yeah,
they did like a guy came in at 185 and did like 465, and then the defending champ did like 5 something, and a guy from the penitentiary did like 640.
Wow.
He put down, and then the whole bar.
All they do all day long.
Just went like that, like it was simple.
Yeah. It's crazy.
You wear they wear like the jackets or shirts or something.
Some guys did.
I never got into that shit. I'm not that. I just.
No,
Bro,
I'm saying for bench competition.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, but guys that wear those.
What does that do though?
So
It get the elasticity of it.
If you ever put this shirt on, you need somebody to put it on for you.
Right.
And it almost makes you go like that.
Right.
You can't if the shirt
It helps you get past that dead spot.
So when you go like that,
Right.
the shirt is like a
Spring
like
spring loaded.
to push it back up. But when you got the shirt on, you couldn't even
Scratch your back.
But guys that wear that can only compete against guys that wear. You wouldn't in a professional setting. You would never compete against a guy that wears it and not wear one.
Okay.
One would be clean and one would
right,
be.
I see what you're saying. So when you powerlift, only bench?
I just did, yeah. I just, like, at that age, 18, it's like, what do you bench?
Yeah.
So you would just, like, want it to bench.
Does that question not drive you nuts, though? It drives me nuts.
Now it does.
If you're even a big guy at all, and you come up to somebody that's not a big guy, the first question, like if you go out to Beachcomber, all the, it's all college kids in there, and they're all same question. How much can you bench? How much can you bench? I'm like, Jesus Christ.
He's probably a young kid.
I know.
Probably young.
I want to say 450, you know what I mean? Because I'm a big guy. I definitely should have a better bench, but bench is just not my thing.
Just say 450 then. No one's gonna know.
Yeah. No, I can't. You can't lie about that shit.
You got long ass arms too, though.
Yeah,
Or not,
well,
do you? Not really.
Listen. I researched that one time. I was like, listen, I'm tall, I'm lanky, like.
That's not true.
Well,
the whole
no. I researched it because I was like, I got a longer throw. Is it harder for me? And there's really 2 schools of thought on it, but one of them is you could build more muscle mass because you have more area to grow muscle, so it should cancel out the fact that you
More
have
leverage.
to have a longer throw. But any powerlifting, any bench guy you've ever seen in your life has alligator arms. So there's got to be some
I would imagine.
science to that.
Barrel chested too, and I'm to go down
Right.
for.
Yeah. Whenever I couldn't like keep going up with my bench, I just did triceps like crazy. I would do triceps like crazy that week, and then hope that they got a little bit stronger, and then try to get my bench a little higher and higher. But I was nuts about that for a little bit to see how much I can do.
Were you fighting then? You were.
I just started. It was like the brink, and then when I would go back to the gym, they'd be like, "Man, you got small," and then I was having like a complex. You got small. You're not as hard as you used to be. And I'm like, oh well, I'm fighting.
I'm not gonna fuck out.
Yeah. I'm fighting now.
Oh shit.
What was it like? Obviously, not the pedigree of your career, but being around Jason Mayhem Miller and part of that. I mean, he kind of lost his mind after that show went off the air. What was he like being on the show with him?
So Jason's no different. If people see Jason Mayhem Miller on TV, he's that erratic. That he's just like that. So when he walks in a room, everyone in the room initially goes, "This
Holy
guy's
shit.
a fucking jackass."
Right.
He spends 5-10 more minutes, and you realize that's really him.
just him, yeah.
Everybody loves him because they're like,
It's not
"This
fake,
dude's
it's
out
not
of his
bullshit.
mind."
Yeah.
Right, but he did do some really kind of bizarre
he's got
behavior. Then
arrested.
they found him naked in a church, I think, right?
He got arrested recently too.
His mind already is like real fast mind.
Right.
Like real fast mind, always and he's super loud and belligerent
right.
naturally. Like, he's not putting on a show. I thought he's putting on a show.
I was a fan of him when he was in Pride, and then he came over and he did the show. He was in the house, and he got his fight against God. What can't I think of his name? The English guy, Bisping. And I wasn't a Bisping fan at all at the time, and it was like his poorest showing ever. I thought, I don't know if he just didn't train for that fight or what. But when he was in Pride,
Bisping's good, bro.
Bisping is good, but Mayhem was gassed like in round 1. He had no gas, but. When he was in Pride, bro, I was definitely a Mayhem Miller fan. I mean, his walkout with the mask and all that shit. He get the crowd hyped. He was the man when he was in Pride.
Didn't he get jumped by Nick and all them guys too?
He got jumped. Yeah,
Not jumped. That happened right in the ring, didn't it?
Yeah.
In Strikeforce, but he's like that. He's just like that. That's his genuine self. What he is on MTV, he didn't have to put on or turn into
that show was popular, man. I watched it. You know what I mean?
I was trying to pitch some. When them guys
that was the best idea. What was the name of that show you were pitching? Pitch that show right now.
Pitch it.
Oh,
pitch it.
Someone's gonna take it though.
No, don't pitch it then. Don't pitch it.
No way you're gonna be able to do this shit.
No, we should be able to. It was called. So we were gonna call it
accountability. Something like accountability or
no. So
is this with the social media?
Troll Patrol.
Troll Patrol. Yes.
So
I love this idea.
So what I wanted to do was that, I mean, I guess there's hackers out there. There's people more technically qualified than us, but like, I'm sure of it that when we're on Twitter, there's ways of us to find people.
Mm-hmm.
So one of it would be a cool little CSI thing where we found the people who were talking shit.
It's bully beatdown meets catfish is what it is.
Yeah. So if we get catfish, so if we could find these people who are saying shit to us, on an open forum, so on a social network, who say to Frank, "Oh, you're a pussy. Last fight you got knocked out." And then we find the dude,
ring the doorbell.
And then we go to the dude and we say, hey, I wouldn't even say like where Frank's going to fight him. I would say, go train with him for a week and then maybe do a sparring session. And then we offer him some money to do it, of course, because he's not going to do it for free.
Right.
And then the public would get to see, put a face on these people who are saying this shit to athletes. And then it also get to see the level of an athlete that him or I am and what we go through, that these people can't even forget about getting into the fight. They can't even step in our shoes and be with us for a day. Yeah. So like, it'd be cool.
I love it.
Bro, I'm thinking you could do basketball players, fucking
anywhere,
football, anything, anywhere.
Dude. Like Pros versus Joes, or like they do have.
Actually, that was a show.
Pros versus Joes. Yeah.
They have a boxing one. It's called Pull Up. And it's not I don't think it just didn't have the effect that Boy Beatdown did. Boy Beatdown today on the internet would crush it. Now.
Yeah, hell yeah,
would crush it. I think they had an insurance.
I was gonna say I was always amazed that they got insurance on that show. Like it's crazy.
Dude, they didn't have to go through a fight commission or anything, right? Did they?
So here's a funny story.
Technically, they're fighting pro fighters.
Everybody's watching is gonna love to hear this because it's like really behind the scenes with from the Boy Beatdown era. So I was in the stands watching Bully Beatdown when we filmed like 13 shows all in one day.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. They just rattled off a season in one day.
Damn.
So
you and other fighters were there?
Yeah, me, other fighters were staying at that hotel. All the bullies were at a hotel, and then the victims. So they would cast the victims and the bullies. So like people think, oh, this bully's really bullying these victims.
Yeah, but they're friends.
No, they don't even know. Nobody
they
knows
don't
each
even
other.
know
They're all
each
casted.
other.
Yeah.
No.
So here's where I found that out. After I fucked the dude up, I went up to him. I went, my man, you're like 30. Why are you bullying these kids? And he goes, I don't even know them. and I'm like, oh, joke's on. He's like, I'm like, joke's on me, because I don't even know them.
But did that guy get? I mean, I don't know if you know the monetary status, but did he get a payday? I mean, did he make enough money?
Zero.
No, zero. Wow.
It's because it was a carrot. You know, it was a carrot. They say you have an opportunity to win 10 grand.
Right.
And MTV would get angry if the bullies were to win money, because they were the only ones who were really going to be able to make money off this if they did well. So
now, wasn't there an episode though where the bully actually beat the pro fighter?
Yes, and
it was right.
Angry. They were getting
who? There was actually an episode where the bully beat the pro, or was really close to beating him. I forget what it was.
This is the one I want to talk about. He's right. This is what I'm talking about. I'm in the stands like this watching, and Tony the Gun Bonello, his name was.
The fighter?
The fighter. Yeah, he's from like King of the Cage or
Yeah,
something like that, right? Back in the day. And there was this redhead kid, hillbilly, hockey player, big, right? So, and they announced, and you don't know who you're gonna fight. That's nerve wracking, even if you're a fighter.
Oh,
you don't know.
Yeah.
You go out there, you're like, I don't know who I got, but
Yeah.
So he comes out, the boy comes out. This kid hits him, boom, boom, and Tony goes down, and I'm with a bunch of like people, like fans. They got mock fans, like who just get snacks and stuff. So I'm like, oh shit, he knocked out the fighter. Like that was.
I saw that episode, bro.
I was so nervous on the show because I'm like, if you even get punched by one of these guys, your career's over.
Over. Yeah.
This guy just got slept.
Yeah.
So he goes like that, and I think Big John gets him off. I think it was Big John who was reffing. I'm not sure.
I forgot Big John was part of that. Yeah.
But the guy, he gets up, and the only rules they told us on that show was 1, don't kick him in the head. 2, don't slam him really hard.
Hard.
Otherwise, kill this guy.
Have at it. How did you get insurance coverage for that? That is so crazy.
It was in Salt Lake City, Utah, and they were the only ones. That was the only place we can go to where they would allow a professional fighter to fight a regular person.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You could fight bums and marry fucking anybody you want.
Marry your sister, yeah.
So I'm in the crowd and I'm like, oh my God, he's out.
Wait, was it on like an Indian reservation? Because they get amnesty sometimes.
No, I don't
No,
think so, right?
was it?
No,
No,
it's
I'm
wow.
not sure.
on a Mormon reservation.
So he gets up. The guy gets up, shakes it off, and what's he do? 1, 2, head kick. Knocks the bully out. Knocks the bully out cold. Right? He was angry because he's embarrassed now.
Yeah.
So he knocks the bully out cold. The bully's out, not waking up. He finally gets up. The bully has no clue what happened. But I'm in the stands, and behind me is all everyone from production freaking out.
Yeah.
They're freaking out. They're going, oh my God, he kicked him in the head. Oh my God. So like they're thinking this show's over.
It's done.
You know, and then I see a guy come up. He must have been the attorney or something, and he's like, he don't even know what happened. And this is what's going on right behind. He don't even know what happened. And
Don't show him. Don't show the clip.
So what they did was they gave the bully all the money. They're like, you win.
Yeah.
The bully goes like this. No, fair and square, I lost.
Oh, no
And
shit.
gives the money back.
What?
And they're like, no, keep it. Don't sue us. So
Damn,
I
man.
don't know what went on, but behind the scenes, that show, I think if I had to think why it's not around no more,
That
it's gotta
probably
be
had
a
something to do with it.
liability or
Yeah,
insurance
yeah.
issue.
Gotta
Has to be.
dude.
Because
that's crazy.
People, that's all they told us, and that show it's real. The fighters are scared because you can't, like, I'm going in there and they don't tell you, oh, by the way, this is the guy you're fighting. You're walking out there going, the guy could be an athlete. He could still be an athlete and throw a shot.
Anybody can throw a big punch. You know?
Yeah, so it was fun. I remember being in my trailer. I was in my trailer and I was looking on my phone, top 10 coolest submissions. Like I want to put on.
You were trying to figure out what you were
like,
gonna do.
MTV.
Yeah.
I'm like, and still to this day, people.
You submitted your guy?
You did
I
everything,
submit
right?
them all 5 times
Did
and then
you?
I
Yeah.
knocked them. Yeah.
Because
put them out.
each round, one is just striking, right? And one is strictly grappling, right?
Yep. First round. Every time you submit him, he loses $1,000.
Yep.
He starts with $5,000. So you submit him. You submit him 5 times.
Right.
Round's over. He didn't win no money. Second round, if you knock him out and he can't continue, he don't win no money.
You bodied him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, my hand was broke. I fought Josh Neer 2 weeks before, so my hand was smashed up, and I didn't. So I just kicked him, and I chopped him down, and then he couldn't continue. I kicked him in the legs.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I just kicked his
Yo,
legs.
but you were wearing shin guards too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shin guards.
They ever approach you to do that show, Frankie?
Nah.
No.
I made some money because Tap Out
Was that when you were with
sponsoring me.
Bellator or no?
I was with Bellator. Yep. I was with Bellator.
Do you have to run that by Bellator to do that show?
No.
Isn't Viacom own Bellator? Well, I don't know if they did back then. No.
Was I with Bellator?
I think you were.
I don't know. I know I just did a deal with Tap Out, and my only requirement, I said, look, I'll do the show. They pay me $2,500 to do the show. I'm like, so I didn't make no money doing the show. So I was like, let me wear my T-shirt because I was getting a royalty from Tap Out. After MTV aired, I got like a check for like 21 G's from the royalty from the T-shirt. I'm like, oh, people start buying the T-shirt.
Yeah, bro.
So like, it made good, and at that time that was a lot of money. So I was like,
fuck yeah.
it was
Tap Out was still relevant. I mean, Mask passed away. Obviously, he had a horrible car accident. But
They've been
still
sold so many times.
Yeah, they keep getting sold.
Oh, really?
And, but now they're in like Walmart, I think.
Oh,
right?
well.
I think.
But not the original owners.
No, not even close.
Okay.
They keep getting sold, and
It was Hightower, Mask, and
a skyscraper.
Skyscraper. Sorry,
I think what happened.
close. I was
what
close.
happened-
Hightower's from Police.
Yeah, Police
Move Police Academy. Yeah.
Hightower. I think what they did was someone bought it.
It's not Skyscraper either. It was Skyscrape, I think. Wasn't it just Skyscrape? I thought you said
Scrape.
Skyscraper.
His name was Scrape, right? Yeah. That's all his name was Scrape.
Yeah.
And
Punk ass.
Punkcast. That's the other guy. Yeah.
someone bought it and then just licensed it like
Right.
crazy. They licensed it to everyone and anyone.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So like it's everywhere. now.
Catchy name, you know.
Well, Chris
catchy logo.
Lagore
Chris
has
Lagore
a
has
real cool one on his back.
Does he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
badass.
No, that's awesome.
It's
But
badass.
kind of before Tap Out was like this big fucking thing, right?
Yeah.
He got like early on.
He should get like a date when he
Yeah,
died.
yeah.
BC. Fuck man. So if you guys, this is a cliche question, but who's the toughest guy you fought? You think, if you had to pick one guy? It's so tough, probably to pick one, but maybe a couple.
Jesus Christ, man.
My God, yeah.
I mean, you fought
Every
so
fight you have is a dog fight. Chandler fights are dog fights.
Yeah, the Chandler, like, it probably, as far as a fight that I've been in where I had to dig deep and negotiate with myself a couple times during it and keep myself in the fight. You know, like I remember you telling me one time, like with
Gray Maynard, he doesn't
Greg,
remember
Greg,
some of it.
He said I was knocked out and I didn't know whether it was a 5th round, 4th round, whatever.
Yeah.
And like that, like them kind of things happen during fights. But like during the Chandler fight, the second Chandler fight, I remember like I'm like I can't lose to this guy again. I had trouble being around him. We had to do events together, and I had trouble being around him. Someone that I lost to, and then doing events and cool stuff like promo. It was eating me up inside. And I remember training for the fight, and the whole thing was like Frank was saying, like, I'm fucking winning. I don't care. Like, I don't need to explain to you how or what or this. I'm winning. So when I went into the fight, I remember having negotiations with myself during the fight. Like, I got myself ready to be in some shit, and then I had them conversations with myself to overcome them before the fight. So when the fight happened and shit was going bad,
You already had that.
it was so easy for me to
How'd
be
you?
like,
I forget. How'd you finish it? Caught him with a big knee, I think, right?
no, it went to decision.
Oh, was it a decision? Okay.
But I think he started losing it in the 5th, and I got on him bad in the 5th, where I messed his face up really bad, and I won the 5th round pretty, but it was a dogfight. It was back, forth, and I just got myself ready to be in some shit. That was probably training for that fight. Might have been like mentally and physically, like shape wise. I was ready for anything, anybody there.
I believe it.
But that was it was like a spiritual battle.
Yeah.
I felt I think everybody did a little robbed with the Poirier fight because we wanted to see that so bad. That was such a good battle up until, who was it? Herb Dean stopped it?
The first one was Herb when I need him, and the second one was Goddard stood it up.
Right.
When Mark directed me to throw that the stakes out.
What did he say?
Oh man, I'll never let Mark live at that. He felt so bad about that. I'm like, Mark, we're in a fist fight, bro. Because
Well, tell the story. What is it?
I'm a dominant position, like the best position you could have on Poirier anyway, because like he has a real strong spirit for stand up, but his ground, he don't have such a strong spirit when he's on the ground, obviously, like Khabib, and when he loses, it's kind of there. But so I got him at full mount, And I'm just like doing my thing. I do this thing where we're against the cage, where I hop over the hips and everything, and I get full mount against the cage. I do it during training a lot. I get it a lot, so I got it on him, and it's like one of my finishing moves. Yeah. And I don't really know what to do. I'm just kind of doing whatever. I'm dominating, and then I see Mark come up with this great idea. Mark's like, and I'm like. And they're like, you can't
illegal
do that.
Move? Oh, shit.
That's so dumb.
But Mark's not a ground guy. Is that what?
But I didn't even hit him. Even Poirier told the ref, no, he didn't. Nothing even happened. Wow. No, stand up. So I'm like, whatever. I was in a fist fight.
Yeah.
I was feeling it. My coach was feeling it. We were all feeling it.
It happens. Yeah.
But yeah.
Those are so dumb. You know the rule. The reason these are illegal, right?
What?
Early on during the rules meeting. Some guy was a karate guy, like, they break bricks like this.
Oh, God.
So that's why it's illegal.
It's the same reason they outlaw guns. That looks scary, outlaw, you know what I mean? Yeah. You can buy the same caliber in a hunting rifle as you can in a AR-15, and AR-15s just look scary. So people in Congress have no idea what they're talking about. They're like, looks like a military-style rifle, ban it. It's the same. People don't actually do the research, it seems like, with a lot of things.
Weapons of war.
Weapons of war.
What they're calling them now.
If your boy Biden gets in, he's going to take them away.
You got an AK, you got an AR.
I got an AR, not an AK, but I got AR.
You got an AK and an AR?
I got a pistol grip shotgun still.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I shot one of them the other day. I definitely want to get one of them. That feels
What is
so
it like
much.
in Philly? I mean, it can't be any harder than New Jersey to get your firearms ID card.
It's easy.
Oh,
right?
PA's.
Right, but you're in Philly. Is that different?
No. Or maybe.
No, where
There's local ordinances that are, I would think
be,
Philly and PA. I know PA is very, you can go out there and shoot fully auto, you know what I mean? And in certain places, there's certain ranges, but, and it's pretty.
Philly, there's, it's so backed up. Everything in the city.
A lot of crime in
behind.
Philly, right?
Tons, yeah. So and especially right now, whoever's in charge he's dog shit. He's terrible, and we're
no better over here, bud. We're no better in Jersey.
Yeah, what's going on in Philly is like people are pissed though. People are pissed, and they want
You still relatively in the same area you grew up in, or?
Oh no, I'm way gone. I grew up in Kensington, and if the highway goes north. I grew up in Kensington, and then I moved to like around Bridesburg, which is a little further up the highway. Then I moved to Morrell Park, which is a little further up the highway. Then I moved out.
You could do what the Diaz brothers do. You could Kensington slap people if you stayed there.
We call it Kensington mouthwash. When you Kensington mouthwash when you win a fight and the guy's down, you put his mouth on the curb.
Oh, like a curb stomp?
And
American History X? Yeah.
That's a Kensington mouthwash. Yeah. And that's why a lot of Kenzos don't have teeth. You see them?
Fucking chewing on rocks. Now, favorite place to fight in? State, country, arena. What's your favorite place to fight if you could pick?
Well, fighting at the Liacourse was the best. I fought Roger Huerta in Philly.
Oh yeah, I was there.
I mean, that
was sick, dude.
That was electric, and even the leading up.
You fought him when he had all the hype too, right?
Yeah, no, he lost in Bellator.
Oh, did he? Okay.
But it was kind of like I was in Bellator, and everyone always said, "Oh, I wouldn't do anything in UFC," or UFC fighters are next level, and I was really bitter toward that because I'm like. I could fight. I believe I could beat anyone. So I'm like, there's good fighters everywhere. That's always been on my mind. There's good fighters everywhere in the world. Yeah. Like some of the people me and Frank train with who come from other countries and they're virtually unknown. They're like, you're like, wow, this dude could win any belt anywhere. So like I was the advocate of that a long time ago. Because I wasn't signed with the big organization. So, like, whenever I got my hands on, like, Josh Neer or Roger Huerta or any of these guys who did fight for the UFC, I was, like, bitter. Yeah. Like, I was, like, I got to, like, go after this guy, So, the Liacourse Center in Philly was probably all-time best place that I've been at. Man, so many places. God, we did Costa Rica on a beach.
Yeah, that's Bodog, right?
That was cool.
No
That was
shit.
cool.
You fought on the beach, right?
That was the real Fight Island.
Yeah.
So, like, we were in what we do. It was called Tambor. It was an island right outside of Costa Rica. You had to land in Costa Rica, take a 3-hour boat, and land on this
Was
island.
that early in your career, Bodog?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 08, right?
It's probably my 8th fight,
Yeah.
eighth fight or something. So
Who'd you fight there?
I fought this kid Scott Hensey from Indiana, and that was my that was like my 8th fight, and it had to be my first fight was 2003, so we had to be in 2006, 2007.
What's the age difference between you guys?
I'm 36. I'll be 37
close
in January.
then, right? You're,
Yeah.
you're what,
I'll
38?
be 39 next
39,
month.
yeah.
Yep, we're close. So we fought on a beach, right on a beach. Calvin Air would come on his boat with all his girls and everything, sit in the stands, and the mat of the ring was 150. Like if you got
No
taken down,
shit.
your whole back was getting
Burnt.
sizzled.
Dude.
And as you were there, even standing on it, it
It's
was
hot.
sizzling. It was
No
like you were
shit.
standing in sand, and there was no
See,
commission.
these are the best stories that average fight fans don't know. That's crazy, you know?
No commission. And this is a true story. The guy who was doing the paramedic stuff drove us as a taxi driver the following day. I said, "Hey man, don't." He goes, "Yeah, I did the fights. I said, "Oh my
This is
god."
before Uber too.
Yeah. So
That's amazing.
they'd have us do that. No commission, no nothing, and you fought right there. Chow Sonnen was on the card.
Was he?
Masvidal.
Masvidal fought.
No
for him.
shit.
I remember Jake Shields
Street
and Gil
Jesus.
Melendez. They were there. They didn't fight.
Yeah,
What is your
Banks,
guys' take on Masvidal? You like him?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, I love him. He started exactly when I did. So like, there were so many times where there was a few times where we were gonna end up fighting Bellator. We were both in the opposite sides of a tournament, and we were getting closer to end up fighting each other. And
Right.
it was basically a gimme that it was gonna be me and him in the finals. But he got submitted, like crazy submission of the year type stuff,
Really?
in the semis.
Against who?
Toby Omada, Toby Omada, and I end up fighting Toby Omada in the finals. Bjorn Rebney came running back after George got submitted, and he came running back because he thought his whole tournament was going to be shit now. He goes, "Just win. Just win." He was so nervous because everybody in the tournament, there was no names. It was just guys from everywhere. So he just got so nervous about his tournament and the promotion. Just win. You got to win. This is the promoter. I'm
No
like,
shit,
all right,
bro.
man, whatever.
Yeah, what the fuck?
They're bringing back the BMF, right? They're gonna run it back. Is I don't think it's official yet,
I
but
don't know.
looks like he might fight Diaz again, right? But possibly.
That's what they're saying.
talking
That's
about
what I
it, yeah.
heard, but I don't know.
I'd watch that all
I
day.
heard they're trying to do him versus. I think him versus Colby. That's the fight right
Dude,
now.
that
man.
is the fight. Yeah.
Right? Don't you think, yo? The Heat, they fucking were roommates and
Yeah.
shit. Now they hate each other,
Yeah.
bro.
Uh-huh.
You got to give Colby credit though. He looked good, man. He looked good against Tyrone. He
He
did.
always looks good.
Yeah.
He does
I
always
don't-
look
you know,
good.
he fucking brings it. He's a little bit of a douche, but he
Yeah.
fucking brings it, man.
You know,
does.
my thought on that, my thought on Colby, a lot of people say stuff about him, right? And there's a difference between your reputation and your character, right?
Right.
So like your reputation is who the fans think you are, but your character is who the people close to you know,
Yeah,
who
right.
they know you are, right? So like,
I think it's just the opposite, isn't it?
am I saying it wrong?
I think your character is who you portray yourself to be as your fans.
No,
but
your true character.
true
who I am.
You're
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Your
So
character merit. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's who my wife and children know. That's who the man they know
Yep.
I am. And then my reputation is who everybody thinks I am and what I portray
Okay.
to the audience. So a guy like that, he goes to the UFC, right? And he just wins and beats everyone. And it's just not enough. And nobody knows that about him. They just know him for being an asshole
Right.
who says this and says that and
Right.
kind of is like a douchebag WWE guy. They don't know that, like, before he started doing that stuff, he beat everyone.
Yeah.
He was just winning and
Right.
winning and winning. And when winning didn't become enough, they were going to cut him.
Yep.
I learned his story, and I was like, yeah, I get it why he's an asshole. I would be
Look,
like,
I have no problem with him being an asshole and creating his character. He's got to live with it, right?
yeah.
Well, the only thing I don't like from what I understand, maybe I don't know the whole story, but like, yo, when Verdun threw the fucking, he's talked mad shit about Brazil, like fucking bad, like bad, you know, whatever. Would I take if you said that shit about Jersey? Would I give a fuck? No, I wouldn't give a fuck. Because I know you're talking shit because of a character and whatnot, and I don't take this shit that personal. But some people do, you know what I mean? So Verdun, like, they keep calling Brazilians the dumb dude, dumb fucking animals and this and that. So Verdun fucking threw a fucking boomerang at him in Australia, and this dude tried pressing charges. Yeah, like, that's what you can't do. You can't do that. You want to walk the line, and, you know, and stop. You can't fucking press charges, bro.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Yeah. That's the only thing.
Just eat that boomerang.
Yeah.
Because that's what a street fight is.
And like, yo, if you go and listen, and I know, like, you're creating a WWE character, but this is not WWE,
right.
And some people don't fucking play that shit. So if you're gonna talk mad shit and you're gonna say, oh, it's a character, this guy isn't a character. He might see you and want to smack you for being disrespectful because he thinks you're being disrespectful. You can't be like, oh, now I'm pressing charges. Now I want to live by the law. No, it don't work like that. That's how I.
Especially Verdun, he don't care, man. He got into it with Tony Ferguson. They almost came to blows in the interview.
Verdun is a fucking street dude. He's a street dude.
He front kicked Ronda Rousey's boxing coach right in the ring. Remember? Yeah. He don't care. Verdun don't give a shit.
He's a real gangster, bro.
Yeah, he's about it, and he'll go. He don't care. You're 135. You're 185.
No, right.
He talks shit. He'll smack
you talk shit. He's gonna fucking let you know.
Like, I disagree with that. Like, if you're gonna become that character for sure, you need to stick by it.
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm always like, you need to be relentless in your approach to like if you're fist fighting and you're beating everyone and the money doesn't add up to the talent you are and the person you are, then you have to change something. And in the UFC, it's like the squeaky wheel gets the oil. You know what I mean? So like, if your real character or whoever you are and winning just isn't enough, and he's just kind of changing it in order to be able to make some money, right. I can understand that, just because the sport's already difficult, the life is really difficult life, and it's very frustrating to not see the dollars add up to the shit you put in, the shit you deal with it. So like. Yeah. I can empathize with why he does what he does. Do I like it? Would I do it? No. But I get it. What I'm saying. I get
like, say like Cejudo, right? Cejudo makes this character. He's not as bad. He's more corny than everyone else, right? He doesn't ever really step over a line, too disrespectful and shit. He does the face, kind of corny and shit. But he made this fucking almost like a cringy type of guy you don't like, right? And then you win the belt, you make some good, you win a second belt, you start making some money, like, retire. Why the fuck would you make this? You could have done all that without making this douchey character.
Is that part of the strategy, though? Is it part of the strategy
he comes back
to get paid?
Possibly, yes. I do. I do believe that is. You're right.
I don't think that guy's done. Do you?
No, I don't.
I don't think he's done by a damn sight.
Which he's trying to do, his best thing to do right now is go after Volkanovski, because then he could fucking possibly win a belt in the third division. And I think Volkanovski, if he's going to fight any 45er and have a chance, it's against Volkanovski, because they're kind of similar in height. You get fucking Max and these other guys, he's gonna have a hard time with those guys. You know what I'm saying? But I think Volkanovski, I mean, he's gonna be a lot bigger, stronger. But that's his best shot at winning the third belt. You know, I think. Yeah. So I do think if he can come back for that fight, because I see him lobbying that for now, it makes sense. But say he was really retiring, why make that character up and retire? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I think he had that character in mind and saying, I'm going to build this because I want to be sought after, so you want to be able to go to the promotion and say, look, the numbers, even though
that's the thing, like, too, that's another thing like, people talk about Colby. Oh, he's doing it to promote himself. But are more people watching? That's what I want to know. Are there numbers? If there's not numbers, stop fucking doing it. Right?
Well, it's like you said, though. A lot of times, even if you're hated, people are tuning in.
No, I agree.
A lot of people might be tuning in. Yeah. He's getting paid regardless if people are tuning in, you know?
Right. Well, that's what I always say. It's not about being loved. It's about being polarizing. You want half the people to love you. You want half the people to hate you.
Right.
Then everyone's tuning in.
Yeah. You just
I mean, that's not me, obviously. I'm fucking just whom I am. That's what I've always been.
You guys are in the fight game. You've been in it forever. But correct me if I'm wrong. I would think Chael Sonnen was kind of the first shit talker, and he's really good at it. And then along came Conor McGregor.
Probably
and then,
Tito was probably before.
Well, Tito wasn't very good at it, though.
No,
Tito was, but wasn't
Tito
very good at it.
Talk shit.
But then there was Chael. I mean, if you saw the exchanges between Chael and Tito, Tito beat him in the ring where it counts, but Chael served him up.
Oh, dude, Chael's probably the best.
But then along came Conor, and then after Conor came a slew of people because I think they saw.
But they all suck.
They're not Conors.
Chael
that's for
and
sure.
Conor are the top.
I agree.
I think Conor's more like Chael is. He has everything scripted. He knows what he's doing.
Right.
He prepares. I do think Conor prepares a little bit, but Conor also comes
Wings
naturally.
it, yeah.
He comes a little bit naturally.
Yeah.
You know?
To me, Chael Sonnen's he's the god of it. He's number one. Just because he's witty, he's intelligent. Like the shit is just so funny. Yeah. Conor is as well.
Well, since we're on the subject, I'll ask all the hard hitting questions. Did Conor get in your head at all with some of your? I mean, you came back at him with some pretty good shit. The food stamps, women and babies take food stamps and shit. You had some pretty good zingers yourself, but did he get in your head at all?
No, I really had fun with that.
Yeah.
That fight week for me, was probably one of the more enjoyable fight weeks. Like, to me, none of it was personal.
Right.
Whenever you go into a fight, the disagreement is, you think you're better than me.
Right.
I think I'm better than you. It's like arguing politics or religion.
Exactly.
Like,
Same
you're
thing.
not gonna come to an agreement until the fight's over and you go, all right, you got me tonight.
Right.
So, that was the disagreement. I never, ever hold it against another champion to think that he can beat me. I hope every guy that I'm fighting thinks he can beat me. That means I got the right competition.
The best, yeah.
So that was our argument. That was our disagreement. And anything that kind of went back and forth, I was just having fun with it. Like my high school I went to an all boys school. We talked shit all day. Like it was like everybody talked shit all day.
That's the East Coast nature, though. No, I mean I'm fucking talk shit to this guy all
Yeah,
fucking
all
podcast.
day.
You know?
Same line over and over, bro. But when Conor was obviously, doing all the pre-fight stuff with Nate, dude, some of the shit he was saying to Nate, you couldn't help but just hysterically laugh. Some of the interviews they were doing, bro, poor Nate, man, he just got abused because Nate.
But Nate gave it back good too, though.
Well, it was mostly just flipping him off and shit. Maybe Nate just pretty much did this the whole time, and he beat him. He beat him at the catch weight, so I mean that's where it counts. But
funny.
And Nate's best line was post fight.
Yeah. Not surprised,
motherfuckers.
Yeah,
that's definitely a well known saying.
Yeah, you can't beat funny. If it's funny, it's funny. You can't.
Yeah.
Who you got? Give me your analysis, Khabib and Justin.
So Khabib, Justin, I honestly don't think. I think Justin got a puncher's chance. It's going to be interesting to see how Justin gets taken down. I always think about the fight, where it's going to happen. Where is this fight most likely going to happen? And I think it's going to happen on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Justin gets submitted. I don't think it's going to stand up. And if it does, one thing that is overlooked about Khabib, and I study Khabib just because he's so dominant in what he does, that you got to study a guy that can understand what he's doing and why he does it. One thing Khabib does that people don't talk about is the distance he fights at and where he fights his distance is perfect. It's he's either way gone or he's way in.
Mm-hmm.
He never is in danger ever in a fight. Barely ever is he in a danger to take damage the way Justin needs him to be in range to take the damage. Justin needs to be in that range to do his work. Khabib will never be there.
Right.
That's just how he fights. And Khabib don't need to change his style to beat Justin. He just needs to do what he does.
Right.
And he naturally is a good style matchup for Justin.
There's no question that's going to the mat at some point, and the question is, can Gaethje get back up?
It's the only thing I think of. Khabib versus Al, how he got takedowns early, but then afterwards you couldn't get those takedowns. Remember the fifth round, he really couldn't get takedowns.
Yeah,
and I think Gaethje's takedown defense might be better than his. But if Khabib gets him down early and was able to put him away early before 3, 4, and 5, then I can see that happening. But I wonder if he has a hard time taking him down. like later in the fight.
I
And then
don't-
Justin still got power in the 5th round.
Yeah, but you and I know that like when someone forces a wrestling attack on you, how exhausting that can be.
Yeah.
So like, is Justin going to carry that explosiveness and that power
Yeah, all the way
after
through,
having to
defending
wrestle
like crazy? Yeah.
for 2 and 3?
Especially with
rounds?
the defending with the anxiety of don't get taken out,
That's who I said before. I forget who I was talking about. That's who you caught with the D right at the end, Gaethje.
Yeah.
Justin Gaethje,
Yeah, that's how you finished
that
him.
was for the most violent man.
Yeah.
On God's
Yeah,
green
yeah.
earth. I honestly created that title, and then when
turned
I
it
left,
into BMF?
they turned it into BMF.
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
I started that
That's
thing
true.
and I won it.
That
and
is
then
true.
yeah,
Right, yeah.
most violent. I wanted that so bad. I should have told
Made your
him,
own
let's
belt.
do a
Yeah.
belt.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want that belt. You know, I felt going into that fight, I felt a little like, I know during the show and stuff, it was really like, oh, Eddie's this and oh, Justin. Like, they were really shining him up. So, like, I remember I had a chip on my shoulder because, like, I'm older. I'm a little bit older now. And now they're showing off this young buck. And I just seen him take out, like, he took out Michael Johnson. And I'm like,
It was his first fight in the UFC, yeah.
yeah, when I watched that, I'm like, oh man, like he just went after him. Like, I do not want to be like the older guy who he knocks.
There's a
out.
guy. There's a guy that doesn't talk shit well. Michael Johnson. I eat my shit whole. What the fuck does that even mean?
What?
Remember Michael Johnson looked at Gaethje and when they were doing the presser, and he's like, I eat my shit whole, piece by piece. And Gaethje just looked at him like, what the fuck does that even mean?
I eat my shit
I didn't
whole.
hear
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And then when they're walking out of the presser, he was talking shit about his family, saying you're an inbred and all this shit. It just didn't flow. McGregor is just
I sounded what's that like
a
movie?
genius.
I eat piece of shit like you for breakfast.
Yeah.
You eat pieces of
You're
shit
for breakfast? Yeah. Yep. I don't know, man. I agree with you. I think you summarized how
No,
I
I
would
do
summarize
too.
it. But after Gaethje's last fight against Tony Ferguson, I give him a better shot against Khabib than I originally would have. He just looks so good against Tony.
Yeah.
And Tony's amazing. He's great on the ground too. Not Khabib's level, but great on the ground. And they didn't go to the ground.
One
Yeah,
takedown
right,
attempt.
right.
All right.
I thought about how to beat Khabib a million times in my head, and like a lot. Like, you need to be lateral to beat him. Like, you need to be lateral, and he's not lateral. Gaethje's not lateral. He's
Forward,
He's
yeah,
right in
yeah.
front of you, and a wrestler needs you in front of him. If you get lateral, the wrestler has to reset in order to set his feet and shoot.
Yeah.
But so, like, you need to be lateral, and it needs to be like.
Do you think he can slow Khabib down with those leg kicks? Though he's got some of the best leg kicks in the game.
He may
But he
just
may
come forward and get taken down off.
Gobble
Right.
up, take down.
Right.
Like, if he goes in on the kick, it could be a bad idea to start kicking.
Yeah.
But we'll see. That's the great thing about
Right.
this fight.
You never know.
Yeah,
You
you
never
never
know.
know.
I'm super excited for this. How about this coming weekend? Is Adesanya versus
That dude, Paul Costa.
Costa, right? Who are you picking on that? That could go either way. It's obviously it's the classic, heavy-handed striker against the sort of unorthodox, really sharpshooter, striker.
Yeah, it's gonna be a stand up.
Who are you picking? Oh, no, this is not going to the ground.
I
no way.
think if Paul Costa comes at him like he usually does, it's gonna probably help. I think Adesanya. He's such a good counter striker. He sees openings. I think what Paul Costa should do is the first round, do exactly what Romero did. Nothing. Do nothing. Paul Adesanya's gonna be like, he doesn't want to get tagged. Tagged as like another boring fight. He's gonna fucking go after him. Paul Costa fucking crack him. That would be. I would probably be hard for him to do that.
Yeah.
But imagine he's going out there and just fucking does nothing for that first round.
Like
Paul
let
Adesanya's gonna be like, fuck this. So I'm going after him. Right?
Yeah.
I think that might be a smart move.
Like let Adesanya lead.
yeah,
Let
yeah.
him lead.
Let him. Yeah.
Yeah. That.
Costa's got a good chin, though. I don't know. I mean, he's throwing with a
Bro,
lot
he
more
looks like
power.
A fucking freak.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
He's
Got a solid chin, though. He can
can
definitely take.
Bro,
He can definitely take some of Adesanya strikes. I mean, he's not the heaviest striker ever, but
Yeah, I don't know.
can
Dude, I don't
Adesanya
know
take
if
a
that's
punch
true. I don't know
from?
if that's true. He's not a big bulking guy, bro. You get at the end of one of those long ass fucking right hands, he's gonna have some sting on it, bro.
Yeah.
Right? And he's fucking he's like fucking Dowsing from Street Fighter. You know
No
what
question,
I mean?
man. I'm a fan, but he's not really a knockout artist. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no, he's more precise, but his
Right.
head kick so fucking knocks someone
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
That's for sure.
I would take Adesanya.
Yeah.
I think so. I think so.
It's
I
hard-
think
it's
he's got
really-
way more experience. I mean, he had
reach
a ton of fights before he even came to the
yeah,
UFC.
Yeah, kickboxing.
Yeah.
Like, Costa's gonna have to work a ton more than he's gonna have to. So, and a guy who kind of is known for gassing, and he's going to have to work double the amount that Izzy's going to have to work.
Yeah.
Because he's got to work around an 80-inch reach, or what is he? It's got to be somewhere around
crazy.
80.
Yeah.
You fighting a guy with a reach like that, you just got to work in order to do anything in order to touch him. So
both super confident and both undefeated, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah, someone's going to take an L on this one.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Adesanya's got, a kickboxing background, but still, even if you just took UFC, he's got way more fights than UFC. I think he's got
I think he's 13-0 and like 9-0 or something like that.
Yeah.
I think it is.
You would have to assume Adesanya fought a ton of guys like him, like standing up.
Right.
You'd have a guy with a kickboxing record like that. You would have to assume
That's
he
why
fought short, stocky, heavy hitters a million times.
Right.
So he probably already mapped out.
So confident.
When
too. He's so confident.
Romero fought Paul Costa, was that a 5-rounder or was that a 3-rounder? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
I don't
that
either.
fight at all.
Oh, I mean, it was close. It could have went either way. I think a lot of people thought Romero won. That's why Romero got the title shot on 2 losses. Because
I didn't think
because he beat who did he lose to? Romero lost to Paul Costa,
Whitaker,
and then Whitaker. When a lot of people thought he won both those, that's why I think they gave him the title shot.
They both had knockdowns in that. Romero got knocked down. Costa got knocked down too. They both.
Dude, Romero's a freak.
He's a freak for his age, bro. His first of all, just his aesthetics alone is crazy, but his flexibility for a guy that age and what he can do is backflips, flat-footed backflips in the middle.
It's
crazy.
I heard something. He went to like the doctor. He had like after the fight went and got checked, got scanned. The doctor called like, "Yo, where'd you find this guy? Like, what do you mean? He fights for us. He's got like extra thick bones or no, and extra muscles. His thick muscles behind his eyes." He's like, I've never seen anything like this before. Like, what?
On his eyes? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. The dude's a fucking freak.
Yeah, he's a freak, man. For his age, he's my age, 42 or something like that.
Fucking ancient.
Yeah. Crazy.
Some fighters. There was a Japanese guy like another 1/4 inch on his skull. Remember that guy back in the day, Fuji?
Oh, Fujita.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember the name.
Did
Yeah.
his skull had like another
didn't
1/4
fucking
inch.
Mark Hunt? Like,
I was just gonna say Mark
kicked
Hunt
the shit out of him.
Yeah.
He kept coming.
Just ate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He ate it. It's like specimens.
But there's a lot of guys that had amazing physiques in the steroid eras when you could do it. But now, Yoel has it now. And at his age, that's
Paul
saying something.
Costa has it too.
He does, but he's also a lot younger, bro. He's a lot younger.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of. I'm skeptical of what's going on. There's physiques.
You got to wonder how USADA is in other countries.
This
is what I think.
We talked about that.
I hear they're not as
Because
like,
look, here they come.
Here they watch Frank take a shit here.
They do, yeah. He knows. Now, I want over there, like, it's not the most well off country, right? What if you know the USADA guy? You're like, bro, I'll give you $100. Let me know when you're fucking coming. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it is that way, but
No, it's just way easier to buy somebody and say, yo, just do that.
Yeah. Than it is here.
Well, so whoever runs, I guess they can't take Americans and take a flight and go.
No, yeah.
They got to use someone from that
dude,
third
when I
world
was
country.
in South Korea, I had some fucking Asian dude.
Yeah.
You know? Gave me the test.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, so it is what it is. You just got to.
Like we said, we fought in UFC a long time, and we fought people that were on steroids.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know?
And like that for sure. In Dream and in Bodog and Costa, all of them. I mean, you would have to assume if they don't drug test that the majority of the guys are doing steroids.
If that's true, though, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on him, but the Brazilian that used to be shredded, head kicked, Bisbing, and fucked his eye up. But why am I drawing a blank on him? But anyway, Vitor Belfort.
Yeah.
Why, post USADA, does his body look so different?
Well, because he stopped taking steroids.
Right, but you're saying he's from Brazil.
No, he lived in America, actually.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not saying everybody's doing that either.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're not doing the Nick Diaz?
I was just wondering.
Everybody's on steroids.
No, but I'm just saying, like, I think you would have a greater chance to fucking pay somebody off in a country like that than America.
Realistic, for sure.
But I heard, too, like, they fucking, a lot of these guys was like, they'll do their camps in the mountains, or they could do their camps in Thailand. USADA doesn't even go there. So what the fuck?
Yeah.
You know?
Well, what was the documentary about Tour de France?
That's Icarus.
You
You see that one?
I didn't see the whole
how
thing
they
yet,
got away with
but-
doping and how involved it was, secret
Well,
doors
the
and
state was involved.
it
The
was
government was involved.
crazy.
That's what's fucking-
If they can get away with it, it would seem easy as pie if you're training in Brazil to get away with it, right? I mean,
if it was like that.
is it
but I mean,
Icarus?
but
Icarus?
Icarus.
Icarus?
But the guy said, like, the fucking government was helping out that situation out. That's what's fucked up.
I get blamed a lot for steroids. I do. A lot on the internet, all over. Steroids. I've been getting blamed like my whole career.
So
for
do I.
steroids.
Hey,
And
so do I.
That'll like when I'm done. That'll be a really proud.
I've never heard that with you. I've heard it with a lot of fighters. I've never heard it affiliated with your name.
No, I do.
Really?
And I took. I'm one of the. When I was with the UFC, I did one of the most tests in the lightweight division. Like I was up there and one of the top guys always getting tested.
Is that literally just randomly that happened, or you think you were targeted because?
I was typical. If I would do a picture or something, Jamie would say, "Oh, they're gonna come to their house tomorrow." And
That's what I'm saying. You think you were targeted?
Well, from what I hear, as long as someone calls them and says something, they have an obligation. They have an obligation to check on whoever calls them to do whatever. And I could be wrong, but when I was with the Black Zanes, they said exactly that's how it works.
No shit.
Yeah.
And I got tested a bunch, but like I mean,
if that's true, I would have to assume Roy Nelson gets tested once every 5 years. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not saying that's how they do it. Like, oh, he's doing it.
Right.
I'm saying if someone does call.
But I'm saying nobody's calling on Roy Nelson saying, I think this guy's on steroids.
No. But that's one thing I'll be very proud of that when I'm done.
Right.
That I never did. I never did a supplement. Never did anything to cheat. This whole thing that I did it exactly. I'll be proud of that because a lot of guys, they can't look themselves.
Yeah.
They can say whatever they want to the public, but in the mirror they know, man, I cheated on this. I cheated on it. That's one thing where
to me, like the whole point, the fighting is like who's who wakes up and who's the best. It's not about it's about the work you put in, not what you put in you. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just not real.
John
It's not
Jones
real.
is obviously his career's been tarnished, no question, right? What is he tested twice or 3 times? Well, coke once, right, and then twice for PEDs.
I think so, yeah, something like that.
So I mean, yeah, and I don't want to talk shit about Jones. I still think he's, arguably the greatest fighter ever. But that's got to tarnish his career a little. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm sure it's gonna follow him forever.
it's between you and you. I mean, like even if you get away with it your whole career and nobody knows and the fans don't know, that man in the glass is gonna go. Hey man, we like at the end of it, you should know who you truly were,
Right.
Because that's the gift. That when you're all done, the gift is now I get to find out who I truly was. You'll never be able to answer that question honestly to yourself, and that's
that'll bite.
everybody thinks
That'll be the
belts.
ghost that haunts you forever.
Yeah, you got the belts, you got the money, you got all that, and it's like that man in the glass is
Right.
going,
Right.
not really.
Yeah.
Hey, off topic. Before we forget, man, let's shout out. Let's plug your restaurant, man. You're in the restaurant business now. Let's talk about it.
So Malt House.
Well, we got a video of. We ate the.
He brought dinner.
The Widowski.
Widowski. Get down with the Widowski.
So what you guys think of it?
It was delicious.
It's a hybrid Philly cheesesteak, and it is. I haven't had a Philly cheesesteak in a while. Real Philly cheesesteak. No, I'm not talking about a Jersey Shore one from Philly. I haven't had one in a while, but this is better than a Philly cheesesteak.
Yeah.
Tell them what's in it.
So it's shaved kielbasa and American cheese on a roll, on a Philly roll. They're incredible. They won like Philly cheesesteak best of in like a year or two ago.
Got to get Guy Fieri out there.
He was.
He did.
He did. He did Diners, Drive-Ins, and Diners out there.
We did that show. He covered us. That was an awesome night. We kind of all celebrated that night.
That's awesome.
But I teamed up with some guys I do real estate with. We all went to kind of school together and stuff like that. And we've done a lot of real estate together in the past. And they came to me with the restaurant, and I ended up buying the building, and they operate out of it. So I'm not in the restaurant business per se, but I am in the real estate business, and I love real estate, and that was kind of my first commercial piece of real estate that I was able to buy, and it was with friends, and their restaurant is murdering it right now. Even during COVID, they're doing incredible.
Shout out the address and the name and everything.
Yeah, so it's in Rockledge, PA. It's the Malt House, and it's in Rockledge, PA. I'm right down the street, so I'm there. You'll catch me eating a Widowski.
Yeah. Frankie and I give it 2 thumbs up for sure. Such a good sandwich. I don't know what to call it. Sandwich, I guess, right? It's not a cheesesteak, is it? Is it a hybrid? What are we calling it?
Widowski.
A Widowski.
Widowski.
Yeah.
It's such a good Widowski. Whiskey. Yeah.
Oh, shit. All right, man. Just fucking good
Hell
combo.
yeah.
Thanks for coming, bro. Good times.
Eddie, before you leave, you got to sign the board, brother.
Yeah.
Oh, let's do it.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you coming in, man. Check it out. Champ of the Tramp, guys. Eddie will be out probably, I'm going to assume we'll put this out Monday. So everybody tune in, check it out. And Eddie will keep you guys all updated on any upcoming fights he's got. So, shout out your Instagram. Is it just Eddie Alvarez?
Oh, it's at EA Alvarez Fight. And if you guys got any questions, anything, just...
He'll give you any questions. He'll give you my phone number and just call me directly.
You can
Fucking
call
dickhead.
Roger's
I thought that was a joke. I literally thought that was a joke.
Listen, your number's posted on Eddie's bio. It's posted on his bio. Just hit him up.
And yours is posted on most men's bathrooms on the Parkway. So
You could FaceTime.
yeah. Dude, my phone's going to be blowing up in the middle of the night. My girl's going to be like, who the fuck is that?
It's
gonna be like
dick pics.
It's going to be like 13-year-olds with their friends.
What a
Oh, my
dick.
God. Thank you.
All right, brother. Thank you for coming on, Eddie.